for joining us today. We'll start our live in a couple of minutes. Let's take a quick, let's see a quick video and then we'll come back with our live. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Anil Khwaja. Lots of visas are being cancelled in last couple of days. I really wanted to warn everyone, each of you, if you're on a visitor visa or student visa, do not breach any visa conditions. Lots of visitor visas are working without having the work rights. Department is cancelling the visas at the airport. I have got lots of now clients calling me from overseas that please help us out. But this time, since the visa has been cancelled, we cannot do anything. Also, similar happens to all the onshore students who are breaching the visa condition, not having the enrollments even for 15 to 20 days. They are being getting visa cancels. Plus, those who are relying on the dodgy agents, make sure your fees are properly submitted to the education providers. Otherwise, if the cancellation of COE happens for the fee or any other purposes, they're also cancelling the visas. Hope it helps and all the best to you. हेलो एवरीवन, अनिल ख्वाजा यहाँ। इंटरेस्टिंग एक बात बताता हूँ आप लोगों को, स्पेशली इन टर्म्स ऑफ अगर जो स्पाउसेस हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एंड दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू गेट द इंग्लिश एंड द स्किल असेसमेंट। तो स्किल असेसमेंट के लिए बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन हमारे पास है। इट्स कॉल्ड एन एडवांस डिप्लोमा सिविल कंस्ट्रक्शन डिजाइन एंड एडवांस डिप्लोमा आईटी। करना ये है कि आपने 6 ईच लाने हैं एंड देन ये कोर्स जो है फास्ट ट्रैक में हो जाता है। अगर फास्ट ट्रैक में कोर्स कर लेंगे तो स्किल असेसमेंट जो है 2 से 3 वीक्स में आ जाता है। सो रादर देन यू स्टडी फॉर द होल 1 or 2 years in order to get only the spouse partner points, I would suggest कि आप ये करें। Do contact Thinga Consultants। हमारे पास बहुत options हैं आपके लिए to fast track it, और यकीन माने you won't regret it. Rather than spending 20-30,000 into study for next 2 years, it's better कि आप क्विकली ये प्रोसेस को करें। ये थोड़ा नॉमिनल भी है। और एक बात का आपने ख्याल रखना है कि आपके स्पाउस या पार्टनर जो है वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में होने चाहिए, क्योंकि वी वुड बी रिक्वायरिंग द यूएसआई नंबर एज वेल। तो अगर ये प्रोसेस के लिए जाना है तो आपके स्पाउसेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया में होना लाजमी है। Welcome back, audience. So let's start our live session. As you know that our topic for today's live session is the recent changes by the Australian immigration regarding the student visas, temporary residency, and they have also proposed a new point testing which is under the discussion. So we'll do one by one on each of the topic, and if you have any questions, feel free to put in the comment box, or you can put it you can email us as well, but most likely if you put it on the comment box, we will be able to answer in this live session. Now let's start with the student visas. Now you know that the immigration is not wanted temporary visa holders to be in Australia at the moment, so lots of student visa applicants having issues keeping themselves in Australia just because lots of refusals are happening. Department don't want them to prolong their visas. Plus offshore student visas have a lot of issues as well. Now department is refusing more than 95% of the student visa applications if they are offshore. Whereas you have seen that the TR requirements have also been quite strict these days. So at this moment, those who are really looking to apply for Australian student visa, this is not the right time. You need to wait for a couple of more weeks, or I'll say few months, in order to ensure that there's a right time in order to apply for student visa. But say if you have a very, very good profile with very good English, with no gap at all, with good work experience in order to make things relevant with your future studies, then only you can apply. So it's not that they have closed down everything, but I think it's not the ideal, because regardless of how good your profile is, they're still rejecting the applications. So again, for student visa potential applicants, I would suggest not to process student application at this moment. You can start processing your admissions, you can start applying to different universities, but do not apply student visa at this stage. Now again, let's talk about more about why the Department of Home Affairs has done this thing. Now first and foremost, Department of Home Affairs has given their migration plan and also a change in the point testing, which clearly shows that they require more people towards work visas, employer sponsored visas, or on a visa which requires more skills. Now, student visa obviously is a long pathway. So if you're a student, you study, then you apply for TR, then after 1 or 2 years, 3 years, you get your desired skills, and then you go into the workforce. This is what Department of Home Affairs and current Australian government is not supporting. They want job-ready people, and that can be from Australia, within Australia, or elsewhere around the globe. But this is what they really want. So right now, if you have good skills, you have good experience, then Australian immigration or a permanent migration pathway would be an option. Though we know that they have not invited lots of invitations these days, but still there are a lot of chances that they may invite the migration, the invitations and all, and you will get lots of invitations in the next couple of months. So skilled migrants with good qualification and experience have better opportunity with obviously a good English, because English is very important. So now let's take a quick break. After the break, we will be discussing about the new TR changes, what the age limits are, what are the new English requirements are in order to meet the TR 485 requirements. And then the last session, we will be discussing about the point testing, what the new point testing is coming. So let's take a quick break. Alright, welcome audience. Let's go to the next session. We have lots of comments coming up, but we'll definitely take in next couple of minutes. So first talk about the TR. So now the TR 485, very drastic changes from 1st of July. You cannot apply TR if you are 35 years and older. Now there are a few nitty-gritties which still needs to be confirmed. The first one is whether it's going to be 35 years plus 364 days, and as soon as you hit 36, then you cannot apply, or it is 34 years 364 days. So that needs to be confirmed. So that will, inshallah, in the next couple of days, once we have a final legislation coming for that specific new rules, we'll keep you posted. But as of now, from my understanding, it would be 35 years plus 364 days. That's what we are really seeing. So still those who are almost in a verge of turning to 36 can still apply. Now second major changes they have done is they have changed the TR English requirements. It used to be overall 50, no less than 36 in PD. Now they have somehow changed the PT requirements to very different, the modules. For instance, reading is 42, writing is 43, listening is I think 48, and then speaking is 51 or 53. And then the overall you need to have at least 55. So this is quite different from what we normally have it, like, the equivalency of IELTS. Well, IELTS pretty much straightforward. We need to have 6.5 and no less than 5.5. So that is the TR 485 requirements. Now, lots of people have a question that how to channelize the student visa while we are onshore if you're more than 35 years old. Now ये सवाल बहुत कॉमन है और काफ़ी लोगों से हैं, तो मैं ये चाहूँगा कि जो ऑडियंस हमें देख रहा है, if they have friends and family who are still struggling to find a PR pathway, now they are 35 years older and in Australia on a student visa, I think they should join this session. I would be giving very important tips that how to plan your PR. Because right now it's not the end of the world. अगर 35 years के हो गए TR नहीं मिला, doesn't matter. still you have an opportunity to apply for PR. वो कैसे, वो हम इस सेशन में बात करेंगे in last of our the last round of our this live session. So stay tuned. Questions you can put it, and then we'll take one by one. But if you have such question, then feel free to put a raise hand or put a comment here that yes, you wanted to know about this thing. So again, I'm repeating. जो लोग 35 years cross कर गए हैं and still they're in Australia, and they're still on a student visa, they wanted a PR pathway. Do join this live session because I will be giving some tips in order to apply for PR quicker. Alright, so let's take a quick question from one of our audiences. So and then we'll go further with the migration point testing discussion. So team, if you can put the question. Alright, so Mohammed Junaid Gauri is asking, hi Anil, it's always good to hear from you. Once submitted a basic response a month back, shall we ask about the status of prediction about Dua regarding the visa? Lastly, please tell from your past experience, do you think Dua may have any further documentation or medical review? Just extend. First question submitted a month ago, but say it's almost end of the financial year. But since they are still granting 491, so chances that we may get the visa grant anytime soon. Now this is connected to your second question as well. If they ask for any further documentation or not, I believe they've already given you the last request, which was the final one. So I don't think so they will be asking any further requests. So hopefully we are waiting to get the visa grant. And inshallah in the next couple of days or weeks, what we can do at the moment, we can try submitting another follow-up email to them or GFU that since we have submitted documents that they can grant you the visa quicker. But it won't be that long now, inshallah very soon. So I think I've covered most of your questions, and obviously the timeline is increasing, but this is happening to all of the applicants. It's not just yourself or your application, it's happening to everybody. So it's fortunate that you have got the final request, but unfortunately it's taking a bit of time, but again, this is how it's happening. But all the very best, and inshallah we'll give you the very good news. That's what I'm hoping for, and this is what I'm being optimistic for last many months. Let's go to the migration discussion paper now. So let's take a quick break, and I would like everybody to please share this live session to your friends and family. After this break, we'll be discussing about the new point testing proposal, which is under the discussion at the moment. It's not being implemented, but they are proposing something which we really want to discuss with you. Let's take a quick break, and after the break, we'll be discussing on the new migration point testing.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ ਫਾਸਟ ਟਰੈਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਗੁੱਡ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਡਿਪਲੋਮਾ ਦੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਾਸਟ ਟਰੈਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ 1 ਮੰਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲਸ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਆਈ ਆ। ਸਾਰੇ ਆਊਟਕਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਈਜ਼ੀਲੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਲੀਵਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ CDR ਜਾਂ CDR ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਾਸਟ ਟਰੈਕ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਸਕਿੱਲ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਓ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ PR ਦੀ ਜਰਨੀ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੋਏ, ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ। ਥਿੰਕ ਹਾਇਰ ਕੰਸਲਟੈਂਟਸ ਇਜ਼ देयर ਵਿਦ ਯੂ ਇਨ ਦਿਸ ਜਰਨੀ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
Or a welcome audience. So let's talk about the new point testing proposal, the department that's been discussing. So team, if you can just put up the proposal paper. Yeah, so this is the one. So if you can see, this is being discussion, this is under discussion since April 2024. So if you scroll to the first page, they have given a basic introduction about how they're managing the review review of the point testing, which is currently they feel like it's not up to the standards which Australian economy, Australian migration is requiring. So again, there will be lots of new point testing changes will be coming in next couple of months. Their plan is to implement the new point testing by December 2024. So those who have already applied EOIs and have nomination everything, they won't be getting effect to this one. But as I said, this new point testing will be beneficial for lots of people because there are very good changes are coming up. So they're not trying to squeeze down or confine the point testing, but they are increasing more chances for the skilled worker to join Australian workforce. So this is really good. So if you can see here, they have given some sort of a point, some sort of a justification or explanation of why they wanted to change this one. If you go to the second page of this, the third page. So if you go to the next, these are the 5 important core objectives under which they need to change the migration point testing. Now, obviously the first is the rising living standards. So obviously they need to make sure if a person coming to Australia, they have ample resources to find a job. If they have a good skills, they have right occupation where they have been working for last many years, it's going to be easier for them to find a job. So first thing is that. Second is ensuring a fair go in a workplace. So obviously again, if you're well experienced and you have good skills, then it's going to be easier for you to find a job and mingle into the Australian workforce. Now the third is building a stronger Australian community, more mature people, but yet young people, not very old age people. They're targeting young people to mingle into Australian communities. Because if you get older, harder to adjust into the system. So that's where lots of points will be coming to the younger people, regardless of if you have skills or not. But if you have young, then the age point would be increasing. That's what they're indicating. Now the fourth one is strengthening the international relationship. So maybe lots of new venues for different countries. Like we know that India is getting a very good sort of collaboration or new visas coming, mates is coming for India, and then some other China and other countries. So there would be lots of different pathways for the PR coming for different countries. So that's what they're bringing in. And the last but not the least, making a system work being fast, so quicker applications. Unlike you have seen, Junaid has been asking me for last 15 months when his visa would be coming. This would be quicker. The process would be way quicker. You'll get the quicker visa grants. They won't be lingering you for months and years. So that's a good prospect. Let's go to the next slide. So again, here they have given the prospect about how they would be changing the workforce to capture more skilled people. So this is what this is all about. And then obviously they have said that migration will also manage the challenges of an aging population. So they require younger people. So they don't want older people. So that's where, if you can see here, the third paragraph, they have given a very good example. Young migrants will also be the ones who help meet the skill needs of the growing care economy, complementing the contribution of Australia's existing care workforce. The care and support economy is projected to almost double as the share of the economy over the next 40 years, having doubled over the last 40 years. So young nurse who comes to Australia today could still be looking after people decades from now. So again, they require young people. This is one of the example of the care in the health industry, but that can be replicated to different industries as well. So आप अगर जवान है, young है, तो it's going to be better for you to apply for Australian migration. Now again, as I said, they would be having more, skillful people, those who have more skills. International students के लिए opportunities थोड़ी कम होंगी comparatively उनके लिए जो direct migrants होंगे. So again, unfortunately for those who are on a student visa in Australia, things are getting more tighter for you guys. So I'm really apologize. But again, not apology from my side, from the department, but again, I feel for you guys. So in our last session, we'll be discussing those who are on a student visas with high age or on the higher side of the age, how to apply the PR. This is very important. Now, if you can see here, they have given, if you go to the next page, they have given the current migration planning levels. So if you can see skilled independent visa, 30,375 people they invited. 212 occupations हैं PR list में, उसमें और एज लिमिट 45 था, इंग्लिश 6 in each में भी लोगों को इनवाइट हुआ है. Similar to 190, 491 skill nominated visas, and the third one is the skill regional, that is 494 और ROL list के through जो 494 हम करते हैं, they have 32,300. So lots of employer sponsorship visas, immense. और उसके आप occupation numbers देखें फिर 504 occupations, different occupations invited. Again age 45 था और competent था. So they would be changing this stats to what they are feeling like that young people should join. So maybe the age limit 45 will go down to 40, and might be, or maybe they will get no points for 45 years. So things would change for, and it's good for the younger people. Alright, so let's take few questions now, and then we'll go back to our discussion. Because there are lots of more things into this point testing discussion as well, which is quite eye-opening as well, and lots of good opportunity for skilled partners. So if you have seen that I've been always an advocate, either if you have a partner and if it's not skilled with not right English, then Australia is not the place to be. And we've been advocating, we've been loudly giving this advice to all our clients to get your partner skill assessment. Alright, so let's take the questions. We have now heaps of questions coming up, so that's interesting. Alright, so let's take the first question after the break. So Fahad Ali, programming, production or plant engineer, offshore chances, good chances. So Fahad, if you have listened to my live for now, if you have good skills and with a good work experience, chances of getting invitation in next couple of months would be higher. So very good chance, Fahad, and I believe you will get an invite, inshallah, in next financial year. So probably in August, September, things will be very quick. Let's go to the next question. Alright, so H.A. Birds Lover, what are the recent changes to visa? See, the recent changes to the regulations are that your student visas, you don't need to have a much gap. You must be recently graduated year 12 or bachelor's, so that is very important. Plus, you need to ensure that you have selected the right university and right career pathway. Fourth, you have to have try to apply in a higher education comparative going with the MET. So diplomas are no-go zone at the moment, so you need to apply for bachelor's or higher studies. Fifth, they are not giving much of the married or couples visas, so you try to be a single. Not try to, but you need to be single, and if you are married, then most likely you need to go by yourself. So you need to keep your dependents or partner offshore, and later it's going to be difficult for you to bring your partners to Australia. So again, if you're committing Australia for 2-3 years, then you have to be in Australia all alone, finishing study and come back. So this is how it's working. Let's go to the next question. And again, yes, the student visas, the English requirement has also changed. So they now need more better English. So overall 8 with no less than 5.5 would be ideal scenario. So Nangori asking, how do the changes in TR visa policy affect international students? It will definitely affect. So if you are not 35 or younger, then you cannot apply for TR. Pretty simple. Again, one more changes. English requirements for TR people only has increased. We only discussed 6.5, no less than 5.5, but the validity is only 1 year. So in last 1 year before applying TR, your PT needs to be done. You cannot use 36 months bracket any longer. So for instance, if you have done in last 12 months the PT with the desired score, then only you can apply for TR. Apart from, you cannot. So this is major changes also. Let's go to the next question. Alright, so Fahad Ali is asking demand of occupation. It's good, Fahad. Western Australia would be a good option for you. South Australia is a good option if you wanted to work as a plant and production engineer. Even Northern Territory, they also require lots of plant and production engineer. Alright, let's take a quick break. Let's take a breather, and then I have more questions coming up, so I'll definitely gonna give you answer. If you have more friends and family, do share this live to them. I'm more than happy to take more questions, whatever, even the serious question you can ask, don't worry about it. Let's take a quick break, and after the break we'll resume this live. Thank you.
हेलो एवरीवन, अनिल ख्वाजा यहाँ। इंटरेस्टिंग एक बात बताता हूँ आप लोगों को, स्पेशली इन टर्म्स ऑफ अगर जो स्पाउसेस हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एंड दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू गेट द इंग्लिश एंड द स्किल असेसमेंट। तो स्किल असेसमेंट के लिए बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन हमारे पास है। इट्स कॉल्ड एन एडवांस डिप्लोमा सिविल कंस्ट्रक्शन डिजाइन एंड एडवांस डिप्लोमा आईटी। करना ये है कि आपने 6 ईच लाने हैं एंड देन ये कोर्स जो है फास्ट ट्रैक में हो जाता है। अगर फास्ट ट्रैक में कोर्स कर लेंगे तो स्किल असेसमेंट जो है 2 से 3 वीक्स में आ जाता है। सो रादर देन यू स्टडी फॉर द होल 1 or 2 years in order to get only the spouse partner points, I would suggest कि आप ये करें। Do contact Thinga Consultants, हमारे पास बहुत options हैं आपके लिए to fast track it, और यकीन माने you won't regret it. Rather than spending 20-30,000 into study for next 2 years, it's better कि आप क्विकली ये प्रोसेस को करें। ये थोड़ा नॉमिनल भी है। और एक बात का आपने ख्याल रखना है कि आपके स्पाउस या पार्टनर जो है वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में होने चाहिए, क्योंकि वी वुड बी रिक्वायरिंग द यूएसआई नंबर एज वेल। तो अगर ये प्रोसेस के लिए जाना है तो आपके स्पाउसेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया में होना लाजमी है।
Alright, welcome back, audience. So let's take few more questions. I think we have already taken the Fahad Ali one. Let's take the new one. So Zunda Inquiry is asking, how have the work rights for student visa holders changed? So they haven't changed any work rights. It's going to be 24 hours per week, 48 hours fortnightly. So they're not changing anything. And again, if your spouse is studying master's, the main applicant is studying master research, then you can work full time. Your dependent can work full time. Main applicant would still be 24 hours per week, but I think master research or PhD can work full time. So that these requirements you need to see onto your visa grant letter. But this work rights are pretty much the same. They haven't changed anything in regards to work rights. Let's go to the next question. Are there any specific changes to visa extension process for current? Yes, Sadat, there are specific changes. So for instance, right now if you have a student visa, you haven't applied for a student visa based on the new current rules, then you still can lodge a student visa extension. But this extension, once you get the visa grant, more likely इसके अंदर no further stay condition होगा. That will only allow कि आप TR डाल सकते हैं या PR डाल सकते हैं, but you cannot apply further student visa extension. So keep an eye on the grant letters, because as soon as you get the grant letter, you'll find that no further stay condition on your student visa grant once you do the extension. Whereas अगर आप downgrade कर रहे हैं तो lots of visas are refusing. So again मैं सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा, अगर आपने पाकिस्तान में, इंडिया में, कहीं पर भी आप हैं और आपने बैचलर मास्टर्स ऑफशोर किया हुआ था, आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, आपने वेट सेक्टर पढ़ लिया, फिर आपने टीआर डाला, डू नॉट गो अगेन टू द वेट सेक्टर। आपको अपना अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा, मास्टर्स या बैचलर्स की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा एज पर योर करंट रिक्वायरमेंट, बट यू कैन नॉट डाउनग्रेड पे रिफ्यूजल्स आ रहे हैं एंड हीप्स ऑफ वीजा रिफ्यूजल्स आर कमिंग। So it's not just that कि आप डिप्लोमा नर्सिंग ले लेंगे या नर्सिंग में चले जाएंगे तो अच्छा हो जाएगा, नहीं, अगर आप डाउनग्रेड कर रहे हैं चांसेस आर वेरी हाई दैट कि आपका रिफ्यूजल आ जाए। तो इस पर क्या काउंटर करना है, किस तरह से करना है, उसको मैं लास्ट सेक्शन में डिस्कस करूँगा। लेकिन अगेन मेक श्योर दैट डू नॉट डाउनग्रेड योरसेल्फ व्हाइल डूइंग द वीजा एक्सटेंशन दीस डेज। हाँ, जिनके कोर्स कंप्लीट नहीं हुए, आपके कोर्स कुछ यूनिट्स बचे हैं कंप्लीट करने के, एक्सटेंशन डालना है वो डाल सकते हैं, पर अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई वुड सजेस्ट लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। Sagar is asking, how does the choice of study program influence my chances of? It will definitely, Sagar, because taking a right course will lead to a right PR pathway. For instance, you're already on a student visa now, there are chances that you may get a no further stay condition. Then you need to choose a course which leads to a direct skill assessment as soon as you finish your studies. So you cannot rely on job ready programs or such trade courses that requires a work rights or a TR in order to get the skill assessment. Even IT would be struggling because you require a professional here to do a skill assessment, or you have overseas work experience and a relevant bachelor's in IT. Apart from the IT would not be an ideal. Or otherwise you're upgrading. कभी IT किया ही नहीं है तो obviously you know that you'll get the TR. But taking a right PR course is very important, and this is what we will be discussing in our last session. So lots of hints I've already given, but again, I'm trying to answer as much as I could, so you don't need to wait till the last session. Let's go to the next question. Al-Haim asking, what options are available to student visa who are unable to meet the new PR requirements immediately after the graduations? Very good question, Al-Haim. There are lots of, obviously, one is to study something which leads to a direct skill assessment. So say Bachelor's of Social Work or Social Work. Either you can go Master or Bachelor's. Early Childhood, Graduate Diploma Early Childhood, the Master of Early Childhood, Master of Teaching in Early Childhood. These are the ones. Master of Nursing, if you have nursing background, a Bachelor of Nursing, that is also very good. Like a quick, the skill assessment as soon as you finish your studies. Then you have Bachelor of Occupational Therapy. That is also a very good option to go for. These are the studies which leads to Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering with an accredited course like MIT, se kar le, at different universities, and even if you don't have it, you can go with a CDR pathway or direct and accredited pathway if you have done engineering in Australia. So engineering is also a good option. Lots of people don't do the Bachelor of Engineering in mechanical, electrical, or in any other specific like biomedical and all. This is the right time. I would suggest to go with engineering. So these are the very good options to go for. As soon as you finish your graduation, you get a skill assessment, get good English score, and then apply for UI. Rather than you wait for something happen on the TR or on other visa, this is not going to work it out in this circumstances. Let's go to the next question. So what are the new financial? So new financial requirements are, they have increased the new financial requirements. So on the top of my head, they have increased the living cost, that is 29,571, somewhere around there. They have also increased the living cost of dependents. Apart from that, 1 year tuition fee you need to show, and the financial travel requirements are pretty much same. Starts from $3,500 and ended at $1,500. So if you are in Australia, then you have to show $1,500 per applicant. Offshore, South Asia, elsewhere, 2,000. If you are from Africa or from far from the Australia, then 3,500. So this is how it's working out. But only the living requirement, financial requirement, have increased up to 25,571. So more requirements for the financials now. Let's go to the next question. Social wave. For students already on the TR visa, what are steps they should? Very good question, social wave. So again, as I said, I've already given an answer. Take a right course that leads to a quick skill assessment and then apply. But for instance, अगर आपके पास opportunity नहीं है, चले मैं अब आंसर दे देता हूँ, हम लास्ट सेशन पे नहीं जाते, या क्या कहते हैं? Audience आप बताएंगे. If you thumbs up, I'll give you the answer. What would be the next step if you want to extend your student visa with a safer option and to ensure that the visa gets granted. और अगर visa grant नहीं भी होता है तो क्या ऐसी चीजें जो हम कर सकते हैं जिसकी बेस पे you can apply for PR. So if you thumbs up, I'll get, if 10 thumbs up, then I'll give an answer. Otherwise, I'll keep it to the last of our, the round of the session. So 10 thumbs up altogether I need it. Alright, let's go to the next question, Meghna. So social wave, the answer for your query, the basic one is to choose a right course, and for that you require a registered migration agent or an experienced education consultant to help you out. My choices would be social work, nursing, early childhood, and engineering. So if you fall under these 3-4 and you're doing these courses, they have good prospect towards the PR. Otherwise, you can go with occupational therapy. You have some more options as well, so we'll definitely discuss it because of these are the ones you can look for. Alright, so let's go to the next question. Jambish asking, are there any special consideration for student visa for specific countries under the? Yes, so if you're a level 1 country holder, for instance, from South America, maybe you're from a level 1 country, so level 1 country you can find out from the document checklist too. They have got easier visa process comparatively to the South Asians. Right now, the maximum visas refusals are from the South Asia. Alright, so you need to make sure that you have a right profile and right time you're applying for the student visa. Let's go to the next question. So Snacks Bar asking, have there been any adjustment in the processing time for student visa due to? They will be quickly processing the applications, but the turnaround time at the moment still is from 5 to 6 months. So offshore people are waiting for longer time, but they are trying to make things quicker. But with the new regulation, it would be quicker. Quicker rejections, quicker grants. So both, both decisions you will be seeing. Let's go to the next question. Have there been any, so Snacks Bar asking, have there been any adjustments in the processing time? We have already discussed about that. Let's go to the next question. How have the changes in visa policy impacted international students enrollment trends in recent year? It will reduce down. So as we discussed, हमने अपने initial discussion में भी किया that they require more skilled workers. So international student pathway would be difficult to get the PR. So this is what their ultimate goal is, to reduce down the international students and try to grab more skilled workers, employer sponsorships, general skill migration, regional sponsorships. So this would be more comparatively getting international students PR pathway. Let's go to the next one. So we have got 5 thumbs up so far. 6 we have got it. 1 more thumbs up and I'll be giving the answer how to apply for a student visa extension with a better approach, not to get the refusal. Meanwhile, let's get the quick question from Junaid. Do you suggest any short course or skill for my spouse to study till we wait for the visa grant? Yes, Junaid, if you want your wife to have a better prospect in Australia until you get your 491, I would suggest to go start taking a course of an aged care. Aged care industry is good. Or if she is a B pharmacist, then start working on the CAPS examination, because if she gets the pharmacy license as a clinical pharmacist or hospital pharmacist, then it's going to be easier for her to find a job. Even though she can get a pharmacy assistant or pharmacy technician job that requires you to have at least a license. Otherwise, you can have an aged care course, or the old age homes course, that we getting jobs is quite easier for the aged care, or she can go into early childhood as well. Once you come here, we can get you the RPL based on the diploma, or based on the experience she has it in the early childhood or in aged care. So she doesn't need to study, and then after getting a diploma or certificate 3 in then relevant early childhood or aged care, then she can straight away start working in that industry. So it's easier, and it's a very good industry. We get highly paid for aged care and early childhood. Alright, so we have got enough thumbs up. Let's take a very quick break. After the break, I'll be discussing about how to extend your student visa while you're in Australia. If you have a question, you can ask me, more than happy to answer. And then after, we'll be discussing about our final, whatever the remaining discussion paper for the point testing proposal is. Alrighty, so as promised, we have taken a very short break. So let me just explain you how to extend your student visa. If you're already on a student visa, less chances of refusal. So पहले आपने ये करना है कि देखिए जो भी study आप कर रहे हो, most likely people they after 408 or 485 उन्होंने student visa ले लिया. They're doing wet sector courses like commercial cookery. Lots of people are doing advanced economic telecom, advanced civil construction design, ये सारे course कर रहे हैं. लेकिन बेस्ट एंड द फोरमोस्ट है कि अब जो एक्सटेंशन आपने डालना है पहले तो ये कि आपने हाई स्टडी पे डालना है. यू कैन नॉट गो विद फर्दर डिप्लोमास. और अगर आपका बजट नहीं है तो भी आप बैचलर्स कोई ऐसा लो जो कि बहुत चीपर हो. देयर लॉट्स ऑफ ऑप्शंस आर नाउ कमिंग. इवन 5500 में भी पर सेमेस्टर बैचलर्स हो रहा है. तो पहला तो आपने वो ले लिया इन ऑर्डर टू हैव मोर वीज़ा, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल जो एक्सटेंड करवाएंगे क्योंकि 408 से मूव हो रहे हैं, तो वो इसलिए करवा रहे हैं कि वो वेट कर रहे हैं परमानेंट रेसिडेंसी का, उनके पॉइंट्स पूरे रिवाइज नहीं आ रहे, तो दे वांट मोर टाइम। एक तो ये ऑप्शन है। दूसरा, जैसे मैंने आपको जो कोर्सेज बताए, इसमें हायर एजुकेशन की तरफ जाए, तो दैट्स द ओनली वे टू गेट द क्विकर पीआर। क्योंकि देखिए वेट सेक्टर में सिविल कंस्ट्रक्शन, डिज़ाइन, टेलीकॉम, इसमें पीआर आने में टाइम लगेगा। लॉट्स ऑफ पीपल आर डूइंग इट। कोर्स अच्छा है, स्पाउस पॉइंट्स मिल जाएंगे, सारी चीज़ें हो जाएंगी, शायद स्पाउस मेन एप्लीकेंट भी हो जाए, पर स्टिल इट्स गोना टेक सम टाइम टू गेट इट इन माइंड। सो मेरा मशवरा रहेगा ये करें। और अगर आपका वेट सेक्टर का जो कोर्स है वो कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है, स्टिल यू नीड एन एक्सटेंशन, तो देन आई वुड सजेस्ट टू टेक अ लेवल 1 ग्रेड डिप्लोमा कोर्स along with the any diploma सर्टिफिकेट जो भी आप कर रहे हैं, to make it at a high level। जितने भी अभी तक हमें ग्रांट आया है उसमें अगर हमने इस प्लान से चले हैं तो उनके ग्रांट आए, but I've seen people जो कि वेट सेक्टर के बाद वेट सेक्टर डिप्लोमा सर 3 सर 4 या एडवांस डिप्लोमा कर रहे थे, they are all getting rejections। Now again सवाल ये आता है कि क्या अगर हमें रिजेक्शन मिल गया तो फिर क्या, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली हो सकता है जिस तरह की सिचुएशन चल रही है, यू माइट गेट अ रिफ्यूजल एज वेल। सो व्हाट्स नेक्स्ट? तो अब आप मुझे बताएं कि इसका आंसर डिस्कशन पेपर से पहले या डिस्कशन पेपर के बाद। सो आई वेट फॉर फ्यू मोर कमेंट्स। आई रियली वांट पीपल टू पार्टिसिपेट। और अगर आप जानना चाहते हैं कि अगर रिफ्यूजल आ गया तो फिर क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है, कि ऐसा तो नहीं है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया छोड़ के जाना पड़ेगा, क्या ऑप्शंस हैं, किस तरह से उसको मैनेज करना है, वो मैं ऑब्वियसली आपको बताऊंगा। लेकिन उसके लिए मुझे आप लोगों की थोड़ा एक्टिविटी चाहिए। जस्ट पुट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स कि आप चाहते हैं इसका आंसर। सो लेट्स गो बैक टू द डिस्कशन पेपर अंटिल आई गेट मोर कमेंट्स ऑन whether you guys want the answer of this one, if your visa get refused then what. But this is only for people who are unsure. Alright, so let's if you scroll down further the team, so अगर आप नीचे जाते हैं further, so they have given some sort of indication that English language जो है points उसके ज़्यादा होंगे। अगर आप 7 each ला रहे हैं, 8 each ला रहे हैं, so you'll get more points comparatively जो अभी आपको points कम मिलते थे, ठीक है? तो that's very important. This is what the major changes are coming up. Then education. So again, जो person vet sector पे पढ़ रहा है उसको points कम मिलेंगे। पहले ये हो रहा था कि अगर आप अगर नीचे इसको ऑलरेडी टीम, तो एक चार्ट उन्होंने एक एग्जाम्पल सेट किया है इलस्ट्रेशन 1 में। सो से अगर ज्योति जो है वो पीएचडी कर रही है केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग में, उन्होंने कर लिया, तो ज़्यादा तो अगर वो ऑफशोर है तो ज़्यादा एज के 30 पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे, पीएचडी के 20 पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे, और प्रोफेशनल इंग्लिश के 10 अगर उनके 74, ठीक है? पर ना तो ऑस्ट्रेलियन स्टडी के पॉइंट्स मिल रहे हैं, प्रोफेशनल या रीजनल स्टडी के। So again, she is on 30, 40, 50, 60 points. Whereas अगर आप स्क्रॉल करें, इन्होंने जो सेकंड एग्जांपल दिया है उसके अंदर उन्होंने जेम्स है जो अकाउंटिंग उन्होंने बैचलर्स किया है, 30 पॉइंट्स उनको एज के मिल रहे हैं, बैचलर्स के 15 मिल रहे हैं, प्रोफेशन के 7 each के 10 पॉइंट्स मिल रहे हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलियन स्टडी प्रोफेशन रीजनल के 5 पॉइंट्स मिल रहे हैं। सो टेक्निकली देखा जाए तो ज्योति को भी इतने पॉइंट्स मिल रहे हैं और जेम्स को शायद उससे 5 पॉइंट ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं। तो यहाँ हम ये डिटरमाइन नहीं कर पा रहे कि अगर पीएचडी किया हुआ है तो उसकी स्किल्स ऑब्वियसली ज़्यादा होगी। सो दिस इज इम्पैक्टिंग द माइग्रेशन। जो पंडित्स हैं माइग्रेशन, उनको काफ़ी ये बात समझ नहीं आ रही है। सो माइट बी पॉसिबल कि एजुकेशन लेवल के दे विल इंक्रीज मोर पॉइंट्स एंड दे माइट गिव मोर पॉइंट्स टू दी एक्सपीरियंस पार्टिसिपेंट। सो प्रोफेशनल रहेगा, रीजनल स्टडी के पॉइंट्स रहेंगे, पर एक्सपीरियंस या अगर आपने हायर पीएचडी किया तो उसके ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स होंगे कंपैरेटिवली जो 20 वो दे रहे थे। स्टिल 20 वाज हायर, बट आई थिंक दे माइट मूव इट टू 30 पॉइंट्स। तो ये कुछ चीज़ें हैं। एंड अगर आप इसी स्लाइड पे देखें तो उन्होंने लिखा है कि एक्सपीरियंस मैटर बट शुड नॉट ड्राइव परमानेंट टेम्परेरीनेस। सो व्हाट दे आर टेलिंग दैट कि बहुत से लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि टेम्परेरी वीज़ास पे पॉइंट्स इंक्रीज करने के लिए स्टूडेंट वीज़ा में इंक्रीज करते जा रहे हैं। जैसे कि बहुत सारे लोग ने आपको सवाल भी किया कैसे हम इंक्रीज करें, इस चीज़ को नेगेट कर रहे हैं। सो व्हाट्स गोना हैपन, दे माइट रिफ्यूज योर एप्लीकेशन इफ यू कीप सबमिटिंग योर स्टूडेंट वीज़ा एप्लीकेशन, कीप एक्सटेंडिंग इट। Majority 70% applicants they have their student visa, again a student visa extension, then they applied for 485, वो खत्म हुआ, they took 408, another 408 extension, and then going to student visas. This situation of maximum people will get the refusals. So you need to understand that part. This is not going good anywhere. Now ये लोग ये चाह रहे हैं कि अगर ऑफशोर से भी आ रहे हैं तो वो स्किल्ड आए, या अगर स्टूडेंट वीज़ा भी किसको देंगे तो एटलीस्ट स्किल्ड लोगों को देंगे जिनके पास एटलीस्ट एक्सपीरियंस हो, ताकि वो एक्सपीरियंस को बढ़ाने के लिए, पॉइंट्स को बढ़ाने के लिए स्टूडेंट वीज़ा या टेम्परेरी वीज़ास को ना अपना एक रिसोर्स या सोर्स बनाए. ठीक है, सो दिस इज हाउ इट्स गोना वर्क आउट. लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट. Now the next slide वही कह रहे हैं कि स्किल पार्टनर, स्किल वर्कर्स होने चाहिए. जो चैलेंजेस उनके क्वेश्चंस हैं, अब यहाँ पे देखिए इंटरेस्टिंग उन्होंने टेबल दिया है कि वेलफेयर वर्कर्स, अकाउंटेंट्स, ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट प्रोफेशनल, अकाउंटेंट, जर्नल और फाइनेंशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइजर्स, they are not working in their normal occupation, most likely to work in a below skill. So क्या कर रहे हैं ये जितने भी हैं वो लोग जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में आ रहे हैं, ये कुछ और काम कर रहे हैं, उबर चला रहे हैं, सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स बन रहे हैं. दे आर नॉट वर्किंग इन देयर नॉमिनेटेड और स्किल लेवल वर्क. सो ज़्यादा चांसेस ये हैं कि ये मेडिकल, डेंटल, वेट सेक्टर वालों को, वेटेरियन जो होते हैं, जो एनिमल हेल्थ और उनके जो डॉक्टर्स होते हैं उनके लिए, जर्नल मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर्स, रेसिडेंट मेडिकल ऑफिसर, इनको ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी देंगे फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलियन माइग्रेशन. लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो इफ यू कैन रन थ्रू दीज वंस, द सेकंड स्लाइड विल टारगेट द सेम थिंग जो हमने डिस्कस किया. लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट वो ये भी कह रहे हैं कि एज के पॉइंट्स वो यंगर को ज़्यादा देंगे, और अगर इफ़ यू आर अप टू 40 years, so कट ऑफ माइट बी पॉसिबल कि 40 years हो, they won't go up to 45 years. So this is also one of the major, changes they are going into the new point testing. So that's pretty much it. Apart from that, उन्होंने partner points को last अगर आप देखें तो अगर बिल्कुल scroll करते हैं नीचे तो उन्होंने एक comparison दिया है to the second last page. Team, if you can scroll further, yes, this one. So if you can see, जिन्होंने दो एग्जाम्पल्स दिए कि वो इज अ 44-year-old पार्टनर विदाउट पोस्ट सेकेंडरी क्वालिफिकेशंस, उसको भी 5 पॉइंट मिल रहे हैं अगर उसका 6 ईच है. सेम एज अ पर्सन जो 28 years old पार्टनर है और उसने मास्टर पब्लिक हेल्थ किया हुआ है तो उसको 10 पॉइंट्स मिले. तो सिर्फ 5 पॉइंट्स का डिफरेंस है. दैट वुड नॉट जस्टिफाई अगर कोई स्किल पार्टनर है जिसके पास इंग्लिश भी अच्छी है. हो सकता है पार्टनर की सुपीरियर इंग्लिश के ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स हो जाए और क्वालिफिकेशन की भी ज़्यादा पॉइंट हो जाए. तो अगेन मैंने जैसे अपना ये लाइव सेशन स्टार्ट किया था, आई एम्फसाइज ऑन स्किल पार्टनर्स. आपके पार्टनर्स हैं उसको स्किल असेसमेंट उनका करवाएं, इंग्लिश में आए, यू विल गेट मोर अपॉर्चुनिटी डाउन द लाइन टू गेट ऑस्ट्रेलियन इमिग्रेशन. ओके, नाउ लेट्स गो टू द लास्ट पार्ट जो वेट कर रहे थे कि अगर आपका वीज़ा रिफ्यूज़ हो जाता है तो आपने क्या करना है. सो टीम, इफ यू कैन जस्ट मूव द स्लाइड ऑफ. ओके, गुड. सो करना आपने ये है कि अगर आपका वीज़ा रिफ्यूज़ भी हो जाता है, सबसे पहला अपॉर्चुनिटी होगा गो टू AAT. जितना जल्दी हो सकता है AAT अप्लाई कर दें. 21 days आपको मिलेंगे. सेक्शन 48 बार वोंट स्टॉप यू टू अप्लाई फॉर परमानेंट रेसिडेंसी. एज आई सेड, अगर आपका रिफ्यूज़ हो जाता है, TR नहीं डाल सकते, तो PR के लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं. Go with the course that leads to a quicker skill assessment without getting a work experience. या आपका देखें ओवरसीज एक्सपीरियंस है, ओवरसीज क्वालिफिकेशन है, यहाँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया में अगर आपने बेटर काम किया है तो वो डिस्कस करें अपने माइग्रेशन एजेंट के साथ एंड वर्क आउट योर स्किल असेसमेंट. वंस यू हैव अ स्किल असेसमेंट डन, देन हम स्टेट आपका देखेंगे किस स्टेट में आपके लिए बेटर प्रोस्पेक्ट है. हो सकता है बहुत से लोगों को NT जाना पड़े. NT इज द मोस्ट सेफेस्ट स्टेट टू गेट द स्टेट स्पॉन्सरशिप. हम आपको NT भी भेज सकते हैं. Then you have to listen to your migration agent. Do not try to make your way or your own way out because it's gonna make things very difficult for you. So again, as I said, try to listen to your migration agent. They are the best person to guide you and give you the right pathway. So as I said, दुनिया खत्म नहीं होगी. अगर आपका refusal दिया है, still you have got an opportunity to get a PR. This is what we've been doing to lots of our students who has got the recent visa refusals अगर वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में है. ठीक है, तो I believe that this has given you the answer. Thank you so much for waiting and being a part of this live, because I really want to do this live. This is very close to my heart. Okay, I want people to get right career pathway or a study pathway, so they don't get misleaded or they won't get distracted और ultimately पैसा भी डालें, टाइम भी डालें और ultimately कुछ results ना आए, तो this is not we want. All the very best. We'll wrap up this session now. Thank you so much for joining us. And do write in comment box if you'd like me to come live twice a month. I'm not getting much of the comments. I've got more than 30, but I need 50 comments. So if you get 50 comments altogether, I'll come twice a month live. Otherwise, we'll keep it to monthly. All the best, and inshallah we'll talk soon.